Alright, what's up? We're going to install the Mega Mantis angle kit on this E46. And the tools you're going to need are, or the tools that I used, mainly was a 16, 18, 19, and a 22 mil socket and accompanying wrenches. And yeah, now we're going to install the new kit. You want to show off the new kit? Okay, so we got our angle kit. We got the FDF knuckle, lower control arm, and caster plates for the coilovers. This relocates the shock forward and out to correct caster and camber. Okay, and we have our lollipop. It's a CNC billet steel unit. We're gonna put our caster plates onto the coilovers. Max Peating rods. So this is our coilover, how it came from the manufacturer. I took off the top nut, took off the caster bearing plate, and it leaves us with these two little spacers right here. This is a little red top bushing. Leave that on. And then we slide on those little spacers, and then the FDF caster relocation plate. Okay, this is a well, it's gonna be different for every coilover. So in this case, it's a 21 mil nut. You're busting down. So we got the caster plate on. Comes with this reinforcement plate. With these FDF caster plates, we have to notch the upper shock tower right here, because if you look at it, there's the 3 bolts, and the shock goes right where the shock tower is. It needs to be notched. Tell us what you did. So I notched the shock tower for the extended caster and camber plates. So what I did was I first center punched it, and then I pilot drilled it, and then I Christmas tree drilled it, or what is this called? Step bit? Step bit. Just to get it a nice radius around the shock tower, and then I used my die grinder with a cutoff disc and just cut 2 reliefs out of the shock tower, just so it looks nice. You don't have to do it like this, I just think it looks nice using these tools. Gotta make sure that the lollipop sits flush against the chassis, because there is little alignment dowels sticking out of the chassis that kind of seat into this lollipop, and just want to make sure that it's flush against the chassis, which it is. So these were 16 millimeter head bolts. So I got a 22 on my impact and a 22 mil wrench, and I'm gonna tighten up this lower control arm bolt with the 2 tools. Now we're putting on these alignment spacers on this lower bearing. So when you buy the knuckle, they come in the knuckle like so, in that spot. And I just undid the bolt and threw them in the arm. And now we can mate the 2 pieces together. So BMWs and these aftermarket coilovers, they come with a little nub that sticks out about 3/4 of an inch from the coilovers. As you can see, I cut it off, and that was to allow the coilover. Now it's just a full circle. Now that just allows it to slip into the knuckle easily because we don't have a groove machined out for that nut. The cool design with this knuckle is that it has multi-positions on the camber right here in this block. So if you look in there, you can see that's negative camber that it's adding. And that's positive camber. To lock in the camber into the position that you want, we have these 3 M6 holes and a provided screw that we can put in these holes to lock it in. So say this is the most positive position, we'd put it in this hole. Neutral would be that hole, and most negative would be that hole. And it would be the same story on the other side of the knuckle. If you're installing the kit and you run into the issue where you go to put this nut on and it hits the washer or the nut of this bolt, then flip it around and use the Allen side of the bolt if it comes really close, and this Allen bolt gives you a lot more clearance with this 10 mil screw. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, that's it. Now I'm gonna slip the knuckle into the coilover. I'm gonna tighten down this aluminum block into the coilover with a 5/16 Allen key and a 17 mil socket on the other side of the nut. Okay, so I'm gonna tighten the Ackerman plate and bolts. It's these little 1/4 20 nuts and bolts to get it squared away. 5/32 Allen key and a 7/16 wrench to tighten these. FDF kit comes with this rack adapter and this little bolt. What I did was put a little dab of blue Loctite on it and slipped it through. This is a 3/8 Allen key. And you're slipping it through and screwing it on the rack. I'm gonna grab the Heim Joint. This is a 5/8 right-hand Heim Joint with little shackle spacers in there. Make sure those are in there. And we have our little button head bolt. When I put this on, I oriented it in a way that when you put the Heim Joint in and the bolt on, the bolt goes in from the top. That way, it's a little safety precaution. So that if this ever comes loose, it'll never just fall out. Like if this shackle was upside down and if this came loose, this would just fall out. You'd lose steering. But I've oriented it this way, right side up, so that it would never fall out. So this is the tie rod that comes with the kit. We're gonna thread it on. And get this one started. At the same time, drop a spacer, and we're gonna screw it in from the middle here. So the reason why I start the 2 Heim joints at the same time and thread it on at the same time is because I'll bottom it out and they'll have the exact same amount of threads inside the body at any given time when you thread it in both at the same time. That's why I do that. So I'm gonna slip on this tie rod boot. What I did here was I just cut the end off and put a slit in it. Not perfect, but it's good to have some protection over your rack. Slip it on. Now we're going to slip the wheel bearing on. This is a 46 mil wheel bearing nut. Special to the BMWs. Huge nut. Now that we have all the angle kit installed, it's just a reverse procedure of what we took off from before. So I'm just gonna put on the brake rotor and the caliper. Alright guys, thanks for watching that video. I had a lot of fun installing the kit. I hope that helped you installing your kit onto the BMW. Freshly designed by Josiah. And there it is, right back with the 350Z. Came out well. Car looks great. A lot of track width, good looking camber. Couldn't be happier with how it turned out. So thanks for watching guys. Like and subscribe. Check out the merch, check out the website. We got a lot of products up there ready to go. Thanks guys.